All right then, so here we go. Another day, another few dollars, we hope. Basically, just lately I've just been a betting automaton. I wish that I could get AI to do this. Well, I suppose to an extent I do with the models, but it's something that essentially it's the only approach to the challenge of beating negative expectation. It has to be emotionless. It has to be according to a strict set of rules. And I keep screwing up, but this training for me is useful because there is no doubt that I will be back into real play in the fullness of time. And there's just no room for stress or excitement or panic or any of those things, which are basically human traits. The casinos exploit that fact, generally speaking, and of course gamblers mostly shoot themselves in the foot, kick in own goals, all the other various cliched expressions that denote an inability to stick with any kind of plan, like my friend Peter Punter. Nice guy, but useless when it comes to self-discipline. So there we go. And believe me, I'm not claiming to be perfect. I'm definitely not. And when I transfer these sessions over to the models, it's proving to be a useful exercise for me because I have to keep typing error. You know, it's just how it is. Okay, so what we need here is a 5. Okay. Well, see, now if I'd split those, I'd have had a 12, and not too good a chance. So, you know, it's a personal thing for me. I don't like splitting 8s against 7, well, I don't like it against 8s, but 9 or higher, blech, no chance. Okay, off we go. Yeah, now the dealer gets 3 8s every so often. It's kind of a coincidence because there is a rather notorious gambling operation which is 888. I don't know, it's some sort of Chinese thing, I think. Aren't the Chinese the ones who are nuts about 8s? Okay, so that's a repeater, isn't it? That ain't a winner, I don't think. Nope. So 51. 2 3, third bet. Lots of diamonds. 5 3 minimum. 5 3 it is, back on the table. Just enough. 2 3 now. That I think is a double. Shouldn't have been. 8 9, and the reason I can say that is we've done 6. We lost 6 there, which took us to 8, and we can at least double, but we're just going to go for the turnaround bet. So 8 9, fingers crossed. Oh dear. Oh, lucky one. So 1700 risked, 251. Lots of people would say, well, that's not good enough. As if they're getting a better deal betting randomly. It's crazy, really. Random betting is a fool's game. Absolutely. Add another one for the win. Look at that for pretty. Add another one for the win. Well, I guess that's that. Repeat and double. Caught a nice lucky double there, but you know, doubles are very, very interesting because the house gives a lot away with doubles, and I hope they never find out about it. Another handy double. Add 1 for the win. Add 1 for the win.
Oh boy.
Repeat it. Alright, so that's 2, 3 and third bet. That's good enough. Alright, back to the min. I haven't had a push blackjack for a while, have we? Pushed natural. Well, that was unexpected. 51. 2, 3, third bet. Bugger. There's a double, I think. And it worked. Okay, so we crashed the grand 1,000 in 6 minutes, which is not exactly hyperspeed, but not terrible. Add 1 for the win. Double that one. Alright. So that's 2, 3, third bet. That was an extremely lucky catch. Back to the min. Yeah, this whole business about luck, I mean, you know, both sides get it in equal amounts. It is absolutely true. But of course, most players only notice when the dealer gets a mad fluke. They don't even think twice about it when they double for the loss and they get it themselves. Boy, that was hard. 1, 2, third bet. Bummer. 3, 2 and minimum. Okay, 3, 2 it is, real money. Just enough. 1, 2. Here we go again. Okay. 5, 6. And again, it's like before. We lost the 2, so that makes us 5, and the last bet was 4, so we could double that, but we're not greedy. We just go for the turnarounds. We set it up so that we get turnarounds. So 5, 6, and that's a chance. Yeah. Okay. So that worked nicely. Unfortunate. Got that one, +1 for the win. Double that one for the push. And reduce it to 125 because we're on a winning streak right now. 125 is the most we bet on a winning streak. 125, so we need to chase that one. Alright, so we won that, so back to the min. Probable winner. Add 1 for the win. Double it. Dear oh dear. 1, 2, 3 again. Third bet. 5, 3 minimum. 5, 3 it is. 8, 6. 8, 6, so we're going to bump it up to 8, 9 now. Dear oh dear. So 17, 9 minimum. Okay, so let's call it 1710. That was handy. I mean, like, $1,000 double downs that win are a good thing. $1,000 double downs that lose are a bad thing. This may not have occurred to you before, but it strikes me as worth noting. No, and of course I'm being ironic. That was lucky, absolutely deserved, and we passed 2,000 at the 10-minute mark, which is still a bit on the slow side, but no complaints here. Add one for the win. Add one. That 3 shouldn't have got in the way there. That's a repeat then. So 2-3, third bet. Bummer. 5-3 minimum. That deserved better. Get a fluke like that, you expect to win, right? Where are we? 5-3 minimum. No, we just do that again. Okay, so we're now at 6-3. And that's the end of the first, or going to be the end of the first shoe. So 6-3 it is. Just squeak that part. So 3-4. Let's see another player win. Oh dear. Oh, dealer 22. I'm just aghast at these places that have a game where 22, a dealer's 22 is a push. I mean, it's the ethics of the casino business are just horrifying. You know, I mean, they have everything going their way, and then they want more. You know, I mean, it's just horrible. Dear me. Okay, so enough ranting. I'll take that. Would have been nicer if it had been a couple of grand, but there we go. Add another one for the win. Add another one. That's a split. That's a double. That's a double. That worked. Okay. Add one. We passed 3,000 at 13 minutes. A little over 13 minutes. Okay, so this is the... Oh boy, here we go again. Alright, well, I mean, 3-4 now, second bet. Just made it. Okay, minimum. I'm definitely going to transcribe this one because it's all over the place. Add one for the win. Yeah, you see, now that 3, if I hadn't taken it, would have given the dealer a hand. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. I'm doing 16. It would have busted. The dealer would have busted anyway. So much for that theory. Okay, is that add one for the win? I think so. Add another one? That's a double. Okay, 2-3, second bet. Oh no, that should have been a repeat, damn it. Should have been a repeat. So I chizzed there accidentally, but it made me money, so Pretend it didn't happen. Add 1 for the win. Yeah, hard to know. This might actually be a player-friendly couple of shoes. I'll find out in due course. Add 1 for the win. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is definitely a lucky streak happening here. Double. Oh, sod it. 2, 3. No. Repeat. There we go. Okay, 4,000 at 16 minutes minimum. Double for the loss. 1, 2, second bet. Oh dear. Mean. Dear oh dear. Alright, well that was earned, I think. Yeah, the setting on here is 25%. The cut card is 25% in, so that's whatever that is. That's 2 decks in. So you know that's the way that works. And I have to remember to do a chapter thing with the deck count. Maybe on this one as well as the last one. No split there for me, so. Okay, well I would have had 18 and who knows what would have happened otherwise. So that's double for the loss. Double for the push. Nice one. I don't know whether I'm on 2, 3 or what, so I'm gonna go 2, 3 here. 5, 6, third. Ouch. So 11, 6, but minimum. Not bad, but we're still on 11, 6. Real money this time. Ouch. 17, 12. Well, I'm gonna have to start working now by the look of it. Oh dear. So it's going to be 3.5, 2.5, third bet. Oh God. 3.5, 2.5. So I think I'm going to have to make it 3.5, 4. And I might have to go to more than 2 shoes here. 3.5, 4. So cross your fingers for a player win. Okay, so that's 7.5, 8, but minimum. And now we're on into heavy duty here. 7.5, 8. Ouch. 15.5. 16. Now I'm starting to get brown trousers. 15.5, 16. Owie! Oh, look at that. So there we go. A huge amount of money at risk there, but we saved everything. Caught a lucky hit. Um, and the thing to keep in mind always is the cards don't know how much money's out on the table. Only you know that. The dealer isn't paying any attention. Possibly the pit boss has his eye on you because you've got serious cash in play. But at the end of it, I mean, that was 30 grand risked to save the bankroll. And the whole story with this strategy, and the whole story with the realities of these games, is that your bankroll is a whole weapon, not a weapon to be broken up and sort of like thrown to the ducks like a loaf of stale bread or something. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's like if you want to sink the duck, you've got to throw the whole fucking loaf at it once in a while. And so that's what the deal is. But yeah, that was a lucky catch. I'll agree with that. But the dealer gets a lucky catch time and again. So let's not forget that ever. All right, back to the min, which of course you couldn't do at the same table. Really, I mean, having just bet nearly 20 grand, you couldn't bet 25. But the point is, of course, that this is a continuous. It's a continuous process. It's Alexa, stop. It's not affected by shuffles and all of those kinds of things. It makes no difference. I mean, even though I've talked before about dealers blowing hot and cold and all that kind of thing, in the long run it doesn't make any difference. So that what you would be doing here is, if you got into a situation where the bet was excessively above the table limit, then you just go to another table and you just keep on going with the same figures, the same numbers, until you achieve a turnaround. It is not a bunch of separate, discrete battles. It is a continuous skirmish. It just goes on and on and on, and you move from one table to the next, and one game to the next, and one casino to the next, or whatever it takes. Just keep moving until the numbers come back your way, and they always will. They must, because that's the arithmetic. It's that simple. Because if they kept against you all the time, then the house advantage in all these games of chance would be so high that nobody would play them because they'd have no chance. But the house's best friend is the gambler, because the gambler is the guy who sort of says, "Oh, okay, well, maybe I'll back off now, and I'll go back to the beginning, and I'll start again, and maybe next time." And I know I keep talking about this guy, but he is the perfect example of the idiot gambler. Steve will lose it, I mean, he is just, he's like the casino's perfect patsy, because he just keeps shooting himself in the foot, and along the way, of course, behaves very badly. So I find that objectionable on it in its own right. But the way that he bets is just insane. It's stupid, and poor guy. He probably had a brain once, but he killed it with booze and cigarettes and. What can I say? I mustn't get personal. Anyway, I've forgotten where I am now. Am I standing on 19 against a 5? Yeah. All right. +1 for the win. Okay, 50, 51. Okay, repeat that. Bummer. Double that for the push. All right, that was a good one. 6,000 at 24 minutes, but I wasted a lot of time ranting. Yeah, I don't know this guy. Steve will lose it at all. I mean, I just know him from his channel, and I think he's an abomination for gamblers. I mean, nobody should aspire to betting the way that he does, but. I don't know, maybe he's just fooling around. Maybe he's conning us all. Pretending to be an idiot when he's really Einstein. Einstein in a tank top? I don't think so. We just keep adding. I guess we're gonna have a shuffle in a minute. So that's nope, that should have been a repeat. Oh damn it! Did that wrong. Okay, well, no damage done. Okay, 2-3 is damage done. Or was it 5-6? It should be 5-6, but we're going back to the minimum. Bummer! No, it's 5-6. I keep forgetting I'm supposed to stand on a blackjack. That is one flaw with this thing. I mean, it just makes you press stand when you've got 21 or a natural, which is kind of foolish, really. Now we're on 5-6, right? All right. So we're gonna get shuffled any second. Back to the minimum. Add 1 for the win. Oh dear. 51. 2, 3. That's a bugger. 5, 6. I think this is the third bet. Well, that's handy. Okay, so 6.5 grand in 27 minutes, most of which was me ranting about poor old Steve will lose it, and I'm sure he doesn't deserve it. I'm sure he's a lovely guy when he's sober and thinking straight, but I really don't like the way he treats the people around him or the staff of the casino. It's always been my policy to be as nice as possible with the casino personnel, because they're not the greedy bastards. They're none of them being overpaid. It's their bosses who are the greedy bastards, who keep fixing things and tilting the playing field a little bit further away from the player at every possible opportunity. But there we are. Okay, so success again. Oh, how boring. And take a quick shot of that. And then save it. See you next time. Cheers. Okay then, so this latest session against the Wizard of Odds blackjack sim is, oh excuse me, is I do apologise, is worth looking at, because it provides a perfect illustration of what I'm always saying about how the only time that the show-off high rollers on YouTube, the YouTube gambling channels, can hope to win is when the cards fall their way. I've been saying this forever on the on the blog and several times on the new channel, and you know, these guys, yes, they win sometimes, and sometimes they win dramatically, but they don't win when they lose more bets than they win, whereas pattern betting will do that time and time again. But let's just have a look at this particular session here. Pattern betting did fine, and so it should, because the gross actual value was a player edge of 12.1%, and naturals and double downs, and there were a couple of 4-bet splits, double downs, whatever, pushed that from 12.1% player edge to 22.8%, which is, you know, sort of like, whoa! And I think that, you know, I mean, sort of like, it would be very hard for anybody to lose against that kind of data set, that kind of sample of hands. I mean, it's just crazy. So just to prove my point, I can press the recalc here for the random set. The random set is as indicated, random betting here. Pattern betting won nearly 7,000, and in this particular run through, random betting won 20,400. And let's have a look. Let's have a few more of these. It's impossible for random betting to lose, basically. I mean, it just, it's just crazy. I mean, look at the red line at the bottom. It just goes up and up and up and up because, the dealer couldn't catch a break. There were a few nasty bits, and certainly pattern betting had to go in the hole quite a way, whereas random betting didn't get bruised at all. But this is not the norm by any means. I mean, look at this, on and on and on, every time, boom, 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 boom. Nuts. But when you go to any of the other sessions where I've done this, where I've allowed random betting to be included, this one here, because it was an unfriendly set. Boom, 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 boom. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. I don't think I did. I did bring it in here. Okay, so there's another one. Well, this was actually fairly friendly. So from time to time, random betting came out all right. But I'm just belaboring my point about the fact that normally you will not expect, you won't be lucky enough to win more bets than you lose. So what you have to do is bet in such a way that you win more when you win than you lose when you lose. And you can only do that with progressive betting. And then I would go further and say that your best hope of pulling that off is with pattern betting, which backs off after a certain point in a really sort of difficult losing streak, and then hammers when a winning streak comes along. Yeah, I didn't start the random thing until the last few, so there's just to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this latest one. Can't lose. It's lovely. But if you seriously imagine that this is going to happen very often, and if you look at the random betting line there, the light green line, way up above the dark green line for pattern betting, you'll see that it pretty much follows the red line at the bottom, because that's the essence of random betting, isn't it? I mean. So there you have it. Random betting did fine. It didn't make the 22.8 net AV. It didn't manage that, and that's a failing. I'll accept that. But it is a win. It's a substantial win. And if you look at the overall figure, now that we've got 8 of these wizard blackjack sessions in this model, we've got 96,000 ahead, 12% of. Oh, is that right? It seems to have been 12% before. That looks good. Yeah, that's right. So 12% is very good against some seriously threatening and nasty samples, sets, and the indicated, the actual value indicates a loss of 28,000 against what happened, which was a win of 96,000. And this is the kind of thing that, take it or leave it. I mean, these figures are real, they're accurate, Yes, there are mistakes that I've made, but I made them in real time, and they're you can see them in the video as it plays out, or the session as it plays out, because it was all recorded. So this is all I can do, is just give you information. And it's like, as I said several videos back or several posts back, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, and that's how it is with you folks. You don't have to believe me. You can try it yourself. I've suggested to several people that if they don't trust what I'm doing with Baccarat Win Pro at easily the best Baccarat sim that I've ever come across in my life. Not that I've been looking that hard, but it is absolutely brilliant, and it knocks into a cocked hat, one that I was sent a pitch for the other day, which is brand new and super blah, 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 whatever, and it's absolute rubbish compared to Baccarat Win Pro. But I'm suggesting to folks, just sign up for it. They'll give you a free week. A week is more than enough time to have a good old poke around and see what's what. And you're also able to exchange shoes and information and so on with other people who are also signed up for that program, for that club, or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, there you have it. Latest information. I haven't put up the name of the session yet, but that doesn't matter. The most important thing is that it just proves the point that the only way that random betting is going to win is when it gets lucky. The big flashy 10,000 a bet sort of punters who give gambling a bad name, and certainly aren't players. They're gamblers. They're mad maniacs. They just don't stand a chance unless the shoe or the deck happens to fall in their favour, and then they can have a very dramatic win, and then the next time they go to the table, in the toilet. And there's this guy Dana White, who apparently is incredibly famous and incredibly rich and incredibly important, and he apparently lost $1 million a while back, and owes the money to the Red Rock Casino, and what's his face, Steve Will Lose It, is doing his best to win that money back for him and pay off his tab. I don't know what that's all about, but these guys, well, I think I've said it, so I'll leave you in peace. Thanks for your time, thanks for your interest, and good luck.